Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. I'm so excited for this one because we're going to be talking about the best type of people in your life, the readers, and what to get them for this holiday season. I've curated a list and I have my notes right here, and we're just going to get into it. I don't know how many items I have. I have a bunch. The first thing I have on my list is something that I believe is vital to the whole reading process. And if you're a physical book reader or you like to read on your Kindle, it's so important to protect either your books or your devices. And that's why the first one on this list is a book sleeve. Now there's so many different types of book sleeves. It just depends on your taste. There are crochet book sleeves that either you could make for yourself or you could buy on Etsy, I believe. There's also padded book sleeves that are made with like interlined foaming that help to protect the book. My mom actually owns an Etsy shop where she makes book sleeves that are lined. They're all handmade and she makes them for books or also e-readers as well if you're a Kindle girl. So I highly recommend you looking at her shop. I love a good book sleeve. One of my pet peeves is when like my books, like the edges get all like faded because I just threw it in my bag or something. So I highly recommend investing in one of these. The next one is a special edition of their favorite book or even book series. One of my favorite companies to purchase special edition books from is FairyLoot. My Christmas gift to myself last year was the FairyLoot editions of the Once Upon a Broken Heart series. I'm obsessed with this series and I'm obsessed with these editions that they made. They also do, I know specifically for FairyLoot, they also do like romance books or like romantasy. Like you could check other companies too, like Barnes & Noble just does special editions of just, you know, non-fantasy, non-romance books as well. You could check there. You could check, I believe Waterstones is the equivalent in the UK. There's Illumicrate, which is also a subscription box. There's so many possibilities now. I feel like there are new special edition book companies coming out all the time. And also another great place to look and that I would highly suggest if you're looking on these websites and you can't find the specific one that you're looking for, definitely check reseller sites. Sometimes they can get way too out of hand, but I would really recommend checking like Pango Books if you're trying to look for a special edition and you just can't find one. A lot of them get posted on there, so I definitely recommend that. And this talk of special edition books kind of leads me into my next gift idea, and that is a book box subscription. I personally have been a subscriber to the YA FairyLoot book only box for about 2 years now, and I seriously cannot recommend it enough. I just think it is absolutely worth your money getting a special edition signed book coming to your door each month. I just love them so much. I haven't tried any other book subscription boxes. I think subscribing the book lover in your life to maybe like a year's worth, or if you want to do less than that, I think they have different options for how many months you can sign up for. I'm not 100% sure, but you can cancel anytime. So if you wanted to do like 3 months or something, you definitely do that. This is something they might not want to do for themselves because it is kind of a frivolous, in a way, item, and they might not even think to sign up for one of these, but might be wanting to. If they love to collect special edition books or just love to read new releases as well, then I think this could be a great option for them. The next gift idea is a very simple one, but I feel like a very underappreciated one, and that is bookmarks. I feel like I'm constantly just seeing all these beautiful bookmarks online and just like adding to them to my cart all the time, but then I don't feel like paying that much for a bookmark when I could just use like a receipt that I have in my bag. Ultimately, I know it's stupid, but I feel like it kind of does make the reading experience a little bit better. Maybe that's just the consumerism personality in my mind, but a good bookmark goes a long way. And there's so many good ones on Etsy right now. There's like fandom specific ones. I know there's this one, I forget the brand name. I'll insert a picture here. It's this one that I had to buy because it was so clever to me. She did like these, they looked like Pantone color swatches, but each color was associated with a different Emily Henry book, and like the color of that cover, especially if you don't have a big budget. I think getting like a few bookmarks or getting a fun bookmark and then like a new book for them, I think that is just the perfect gift ever. Next is a bookish candle. These I feel like have been popular for years now. I purchased one during my like deep Shadow and Bone obsession phase. All my roommates and I got one. I had the Darkling. obviously. My other friend had a Nikolai one, and my other friend had Kaz Brecker one. Did we ever light these? No. We just like imagined this is so embarrassing. We just like imagined the person, or I don't know if they did, but I did. Imagine the person and then would just like sniff it, and it smells so good. There's so many bookish candles. I kind of have been wanting to get quite a few more. They can be fun to display on your bookshelf too if you're into that. Overall, who doesn't love a good candle? I feel like the correlation between readers and candles, I don't know, maybe I'm generalizing, but I feel like if you like to read books, you like to be cozy. You like candles, cozy candles. Makes sense. The next one, I was actually gifted this maybe, I think it was on my birthday, maybe 2 years ago from my best friends. And this is again, another frivolous, not necessary, but it is, if you're like a hardcore reader, that is this right here. People are like, what is this, Rachel? This is a custom book embosser. You can purchase these, I know, on like Etsy. I'm sure you can on like Amazon. I don't know, just look up custom book embosser and I'm sure you'll be able to find it. But I believe my friends did purchase this from Amazon. And the thing with this, I wonder if I can get it out. Yes. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it, but this part comes out and this is the customized part. Let me find a book that I've done this on actually. I don't know if you can see this, but this is an example of a book that I used the custom embosser on. So as you can see right here, it says, this book belongs to Rachel Quillen, and then has a little heart. So you can customize it any way you want. You get it to say like inside joke or a nickname of the person that you're getting it for. And not only is it so fun to just like stamp every single book in your collection and claim that it's yours, but it's also practical. Like if you loan your book to someone, they can see that and be like, oh shoot, I need to give this back to them. I thought it was mine, but it's not. So mark your books. They're valuable possessions. And yeah, enough said. Next gift idea is to curate the ultimate reading setup. Is the bookish person in your life a Kindle person or a physical book person? You need to know that first. For me, I'm both. It depends my mood. So I like to have a different type of setup for each type of book format that I'm in the mood for. Before bed, I like to read on my Kindle a little bit. And last year for Christmas, my sister got me, I'll insert a picture here. It's like a Kindle tripod thing. And she also got me a like clicker remote, like page turner thing. So literally when I'm in bed, I can have all the covers wrapped around me. I'll lay to my side. I have my Kindle facing me, not holding it. And I'll have my clicker and I'll just be in bed clicking that and turning the pages. Do I feel insanely lazy? Yes, but I'm also being so productive because I'll probably read more than I would if I was like holding my Kindle. This is such a first world problem. Holding my Kindle in bed, my hands getting all cold, you know. That's how it goes. So I absolutely love that. If they're more of a physical book person, I know there's like a thing as like book pillows that can like prop them up better when you're in bed, and so you don't have to hold the pages either. I think I got my sister that maybe last Christmas or the Christmas before, I forget. So we're just getting each other different ways to read our books and in bed and for comfort. Okay, next thing I've seen a lot about in the past. I know it might be too late to do something like this, but you could keep this in mind for like a birthday or something like that. I've seen people do like book advent calendars, and I think that is so cute. I think a lot of the times what people do is they thrift a bunch of books that the person might have on their list, or they purchase them new, or a mix. And so each day leading up to, in general, it's Christmas, but it could be like their birthday or something. The person opens up one book each day, and then by the end they have a nice big old haul of books. So that could be fun as well. One thing I resisted so hard in purchasing for a while was a Kindle. And the main reason I got a Kindle was because I got this for 50 bucks, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago during their Black Friday sale. I don't even remember what this is. I think it's the Kindle Paperwhite, but I do love reading on my Kindle. I love switching formats when I'm reading because sometimes I can get bored of just physically reading like a paperback or something. So I do in general really like the option of switching formats. So if you're wanting to spend a little more, I think the person in your life might appreciate getting a Kindle or maybe another e-reader. I don't even know what's still out there. I've had my Kindle Paperwhite for 3 years now. It works super well for me. I don't really purchase Kindle books. I use my Libby app and I can download them for free on here. So if you're like worried about having to purchase Kindle books, I don't know how it works outside of the United States, but if you live within the US, you can download books directly from Libby for free or using your library card. They'll download right onto your Kindle and you can read hundreds and thousands of books for free. So if you're worried about having to purchase ebooks, you don't have to. Kindle doesn't make you. The next gift idea is book merch. This was something I was very obsessed with during my Shadow and Bone era. Do I have a Ravka College sweatshirt in my closet right now? Yes. Book merch is so much fun and there are so many options. There are some that I'm gonna give my honest opinion about are cringe and probably should not be worn. I'm gonna be honest with that. But there are some that are so cute and they take little details from your favorite books or series, and what's better than just being able to wear it around the town? Maybe people understand the reference, maybe they don't, but that's on them. I think my favorite type of bookish merch is the more subtle bookish merch, like if it has like a little quote. I forget what company. I'll insert pictures of some of my favorites that I've found. I love the ones that have like the embroidery and just look like really nice quality. I love just like reader specific merch because I think that can be very helpful if you're giving a gift for someone and you don't know their specific fandoms or like what books they like. I think just reader specific merch, everyone that's a reader can appreciate. The next gift idea is a reading journal. So for this one, there are a couple different options you can do. I know online you can purchase like specific journals that are meant to like log the books you're reading, log their ratings, what you thought about them, just things like that. But another idea, if they're a little bit more creative, you could get like a blank journal and they can kind of, you know, have a little bit more freedom to fill it in how they'd like. For me personally, I would love one that already has the format in because I feel like with journals, if there's too much creative freedom, I'll just get overwhelmed and I'll just never finish the journal. If you know which type the person in your life would like, then that's good. So find that out, and I'm sure there's a book journal that you can find that's tailored perfectly for them. Oh, this next thing, I've never tried one of these, but I think it would be so fun, and that is a blind date with a book. I have seen these all over. I've seen them at indie bookstores. I've seen them at Barnes & Noble even. I've seen them on Etsy, hundreds of places. So the concept for this is that in general, it's a book that's wrapped up, and usually someone writes like a little blurb about what the book's about, usually the genre too. So it'd be like, if it was like a romance book, it would say like cowboy romance in small town, enemies to lovers, or something like that. So just a little blurb about what the book is kind of about, but you ultimately have no idea what book it is or anything. So I think these are so fun because I'm someone, I love those surprises like that. And it's also good because if they end up not liking the book, it's not necessarily on you because you had no idea what the book was. It was just like a fun little surprise. You know they like that book genre and it's a chance for them to try out something new. And if it doesn't go well, it was still so fun that they opened up a surprise book. Okay, we're talking about frivolous book items again. And that is this thing right here. Again, you might be like, what the heck is that? This is a book page holder. In general, I use this with hardcovers because I feel like that's when my thumb gets so tired, or just like fingers get so tired from holding it up. This is a very frivolous item, but if you read a lot, you know, it can get tiring like holding up a book for a really long time, and like usually I have to like hold it like that to be able to see both pages. So with this, it kind of acts as these two fingers. So what you do, you're holding the book and you press in and it folds out like that. I feel like it's hard to explain because you can't feel how much easier it is right now, but it is so much easier to hold the book with this thing on. These are also so cheap. I got this off Etsy, I think, for like $5. I got to customize it. It has these like little, I think they're rose petals and like gold flakes. And this could be just a really nice stocking stuffer, or just if you're wanting to make like a little bundle of a couple bookish things, would highly recommend this. As a reader in general, you love being cozy, you love being warm. And so that's why my next gift idea is something that I have loved ever since I received it. And that is an Oodie. The name is crazy. I think I'm pronouncing it right. It's kind of like a comfy, but in my opinion, they're superior. I just feel like they're a lot higher quality. They are low-key expensive for what it is. It's just like a giant sweatshirt that has like Sherpa lining. So it's like a sweatshirt blanket, but they're like massive. and they're so comfy. Like every winter, I like live in it. I'm obsessed with them so much. I seriously can't recommend them enough. I have friends that have comfies, and I'm not gonna lie, yes, in general, it's the same concept, but the Oodie is bigger. And like I said, I just think it's such a nicer quality than the comfy. No shade, but shade. The fun thing about these as well is I'm not up to date with the comfy, how they're doing in their company. But with the Oodies, they have like fandom specific stuff. So I have a Harry Potter Oodie, and it's like Ravenclaw, so you can get your house. I think they just came out with some other like fandom ones too. I kind of forget. But they have just such fun designs. Just go crazy with it. You're not gonna wear them out in public anyways, so just go crazy with it. The next gift item is something that I've been wanting to try so much, but I feel like I might be really bad at it. And that is a book nook. Specifically those ones that I'll insert a picture here, but they're ones that you can like build yourself, kind of like Legos, but I think they're all just like wooden pieces. So I guess more like building a little dollhouse type thing. And a lot of things that people do, they put them in their bookshelf and you can create like a little world. I know there are fandom specific ones. The one I want, it's like a cute little bookstore, and then you can just, a lot of the times you can put batteries in them, and so they just like light up on your bookshelf, and I just think it's the cutest thing ever. So that is on my Christmas list actually. And finally, I have one last gift idea for you, and this is specifically for the audiobook listeners in your life. I personally love to listen to audiobooks, but sometimes I find it difficult if I'm just wanting to like stay home and listen to my audiobook, just like finding things to do that don't revolve around like cleaning or mainly cleaning. And I love doing little crafts while I listen to my audiobook. So if the person in your life is a little crafty, or if they're not really, there's a bunch of different like easy craft ideas that you could do. I was obsessed last year with diamond painting. I did like these set of like coasters that were so easy, and I would just like listen to my audiobook and like truly zone out and do this whole like diamond painting. And like diamond paintings kind of like paint by numbers. You could do something like that. Or if they already have like a craft that they're into, just get them extra supplies of that, like crocheting or knitting. Get them some more yarn or some more tools. Or you could get them like a crochet and knitting book that they could follow along to. I think also in this category goes along the lines of puzzles. I personally don't like puzzles and I don't really enjoy them, but I know a lot of people who listen to audiobooks, they love putting that on and just like totally zoning out and finishing a puzzle. I wish I could do that. I just can't get into it. But another thing I like to do while I listen to audiobooks is I love to have a coloring book out and obviously color it. So there's a bunch of different ones. There's bookish coloring books that you could do if you really want to go cray with the theme. Okay guys, well that's it for the video. I hope you got some good info out of this video. Not only was this video fun to make, but it also helped me to add a couple things to my Christmas list that I've kind of been wanting. If you have any other ideas for bookish gift items, please let me know. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.